Ladies and gentlemen,
All right.
welcome to the show.
Go right now. Give me 1 second.
Ladies and gentlemen,
What's going on right now? If you can hear me.
we're live.
So we are live on AMP, live radio right now. Okay. We are doing the live radio AMP show. So if you can pull it up. So everything should be going right now. We are finally doing live radio simultaneously. It's a little weird ranky-dink situation we got because it's basically done through your phone. So the way I have it set up is I have my phone propped in my closet next to my laptop, which is right now has the YouTube show playing out loud into my microphone, into my phone, and the phone is broadcasting this because so we can get both of our audios. It's low-key genius, okay? It's low-key genius. And can you hear it? Has it started playing yet? Is it going through? Does it sound horrendous or does it sound hearable?
Oh, it sounds horrendous, yeah.
It does? It sounds bad. Like on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah, 2? I don't know.
Oh, it's really that bad? Is it too loud? Is it too loud? That's the whole thing we need to figure out.
No, it's not too loud. It's just it's JD, you know.
It's but oh yeah, it's the hair content. So let's get right into it. Did you make your power rankings?
No, I meant like other people's power rankings.
That's fine. Let's pull up ESPN.
Okay. I could have
NBA.
easily done that on the
We'll just do them next week.
The plane. I just got back like 10 minutes ago, but Thomas, dude. So yesterday, it's actually I'm up 5. He is 5.5, or so he's up. Dude, it was Scotty Barnes, and it took me like to the 7th try to get Scotty Barnes.
On what? Pirtle?
Yeah, Pirtle.
Was today's Pirtle?
No, yesterday's Pirtle. So that's why it's 5 to 5.5 is because I give myself a half point because you missed. So I feel like I should penalize you.
All right. So what are we gonna do here? ESPN or NBA.com? Power ranking.
Winner gets first guess, back and forth. Who's going to take the lead? You know, that's a fair. I feel like you just can't really trust Cyro with.
Okay, yeah.
There are episodes where he'll just go 4 straight.
There are episodes I go 4 straight, but we're gonna do ESPN because you didn't respond, and let's get right into All right. So as of right now, ESPN editor clip starting here, but according to ESPN, right now Milwaukee's #1 team, and the crazy part is at this point, Giannis Antetokounmpo is a goddamn superstar, and it's crazy to think that most of the record is incorrect. I think they're 3-0 now, but the Bucks, Giannis will have is playing at a Hall of Fame level, and it's just like, oh, that's just another Giannis Antetokounmpo night, okay? And this team hasn't lost any slack in there without Chris Middleton, Pat Connaughton, or even Joe Ingles, who's their big free agent. What are your thoughts on the Milwaukee Bucks? We're just going to go through these real quick, like 2 minutes a piece or something.
Yeah, they're really good. Then they're not at full strength. That's how good Giannis is. That's how good their defense is. That's how deep they are. People slept on them last year, and then Chris got injured. So they're a really good team, well coached. And Giannis is one of those players, just like LeBron James, who probably isn't going to get as many MVPs as he should.
I 100% agree. Now we go over to the Boston Celtics, and the Boston Celtics are ranked as the second best team. And I really do think Joe Mazzulla's got these guys with some synergy. Malcolm Brogdon already in the 6th-man year of the race after the first games of the season. And the Boston Celtics are a team that they don't have Danilo Gallinari, but they're still making it work. Obviously, this team doesn't even have Robert Williams. So Noah Vonleh's doing a great job picking up the slack there. And Jason Tatum is a top 10 player in the NBA.
Vonleh has done a great job. Boston Celtics, that defense is still just as good. They have the personnel to just switch on anybody. They just play the most simple man-on-man defense with a little bit of help, clog up the paint, and they'll let you beat them by shooting the basketball, as we saw with the Chicago Bulls a couple nights ago when they started raining it down. But, yeah, they're the second best team in the league to me.
Yeah, that's you hit on it. One last thing before we go to the next one. Yeah, with the Boston Celtics, this is a fundamentally sound team. One thing I will say, the Bulls, they had a bit more turnovers than they should, but when they're not playing sloppy, they're a really good team. And there's another thing, Phoenix Suns, okay, similar to the Boston Celtics. Jock Landale we thought Dario Saric and Bizak Biyombo were going to be the backup centers, but Jock Landale, who I've been riding his dick since he's came to the NBA, he's the combination of Dario Saric. He's not as good offensively as Dario Saric, but he's good enough, and he's not as good as defensively or a rebounder that Bismack is, but he's just almost there, and combined, he's better than those players for this team. And their bench with Torrey Craig and Cameron Payne, and then Damian Lee and Landry Shamet gets the job done, giving breathers for Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Chris Paul, and Devin Booker, and even our man DeAndre Aiden, he's just looking like the usual Aiden, but he's grabbing hella rebounds, while Mikhail's continuing to be a great defensive player. Cameron Johnson, seems like every other game he's hitting hella threes, and Chris Paul's doing his thing, and Devin Booker definitely on an MVP candidate type start of the year.
Yeah, they definitely haven't slipped, unfortunately. And
unfortunately,
while there are some cool Phoenix Suns fans, I think that they're saying this on the show yesterday. I'm not a big Phoenix Suns supporter. I don't like their organization. I don't like their fans. I don't like almost anything about Phoenix except Devin Booker. And I think it's embarrassing you throw yourselves a Western Conference Finals parade, but neither here nor there are playing good basketball.
No, I agree, and it's definitely interesting to see how it's all working out for them. The fact, what did it like?
I'm gonna see what this girl's talking about here. I'm just kidding. Don't click on that link.
Did it go to my text messages?
No. Check the chat, dude.
Oh my god! Like, block user. But either way, it's just so fourth, Memphis Grizzlies. Let's be honest. As much as we thought the Grizzlies were going to slip, Santi Aldama and Brandon Clark and Steven Adams, thumbs up. Zaire Williams being out sucks, but Desmond Bane, looking like an all-star. Guy's literally hitting so many threes, okay? He's registered more field goals in right here they're saying than he did in the first 3 games combined last year. And he's like just it's unreal how good Desmond Bane and John Morant are playing. That duo is both all-stars. So I just want to say that this Memphis Grizzlies team, we thought they were going to slip. Maybe they might have a midseason. I don't know, man. Brandon Clark, Santi Aldama, Brandon Clark, and Steven Adams, that front court's solid. Then you got Zaire's out, but John Conchar.
Yeah.
Dude, dog. Dylan Brooks kind of looks out of it. I think
trade him.
Yeah, I think Dylan Brooks might. I could see Dylan Brooks being traded, but you got John Morant, who he might be first place MVP candidate if we had to make an MVP list right now.
I think he is. Yeah, I think he'd be mine.
Yeah, and that's me being a big Luka Doncic fan that I would give John Morant.
Well, yeah. So maybe I'm a little bit biased from Memphis because when I saw them play live, I didn't really think they were playing team basketball at all. I mean, it was just kind of the Ja show. He dropped 49, and they needed Ja to drop 49. It was a close game all the way up until the end. Houston didn't even play good. So I still think Memphis is not a top 2 seed like they were last year. But, yeah, they're a playoff team. I mean, maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, and they're not a playing team. But I like them over Phoenix, actually. Phoenix is still a playing team. Sorry. Memphis is balling. It's fun to watch. Memphis has some great food. You're muted. You're still muted.
Thanks, Jeremy. I appreciate it. But what I wanted to say is the fact that we both agreed that before the season that the Grizzlies could be a team that regresses. I think they're going to be a 50-win team still, as long as John Morant's healthy for the entire season. It's just John Morant's doing stuff that we've never seen before. In 5th right now, Golden State Warriors. And it's weird because Draymond's right. This team is a better offensive team than they have been defensively. They've at least allowed they have allowed opponents to score at least 70 points in one half in 3 out of their 4 games, which they've what was the other stat I sent you?
Yeah, talking about that yesterday. They didn't give up 130 points, I believe, till like mid-February, and they've given up 3 out of 4.
Yeah. Isn't that They isn't that an insane stat? Their defense was so good last year that they didn't give up 130 points until like January or some shit, like the 52nd game of the season. In 4 games, they've done it 3 times. That's unreal. And I think part of it is because Klay Thompson, I'm not saying that his legs aren't under him. His legs are not under him. And Draymond's still doing Draymond things, but anything outside of passing, rebound, and his defense isn't what it was last year. He still has, can someone tell Draymond stop shooting threes? It almost feels like Draymond and Klay are kind of pissed about the fact that they didn't get contracts, and they're like playing petty.
Well, yeah, I think Dre, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm a little bit worried about Golden State. However, we know going into this season that it was not going to be the same. It's not like we're talking like a 63-win team here. We know that they have to build up these young cats, and we know that they're going to go through some hardships to get there while you wait for these younger players to develop. I got to say, though, I think that they should trade Jonathan Kuminga, but you got to build up his value a little bit more. I wouldn't be surprised if Kuminga got traded before the deadline.
So, wow, I was going to go other way. I would not be surprised near the deadline or in the next month or two, they slowly start to phase out Klay Thompson and maybe even Draymond, and then start playing Jordan Poole, Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman, and Moses Moody more, and then come trade deadline, maybe they work out a deal with a team, 2 teams, and they do like a 3-team trade, send Klay somewhere, send Draymond somewhere. Because imagine Klay Thompson in Charlotte, okay? And you hit up Charlotte and you'd be like, we'll take on, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think, we'll take back Kelly Oubre and Terry Rozier.
Again, I don't want Kelly back on the Warriors. That didn't work out at all.
He wasn't bad his first half season. It was the full season that he wasn't.
Wasn't terrible. It the first half of the season he was horrible? I thought it was
Kelly Oubre wasn't that bad.
He sucked for a portion of his tenure with Golden State, and I think it was the first half.
I think it's more likely that they trade Klay and Draymond than they trade any of the young guys. I honestly think if the Klay and Draymond keep playing the way they have, Steve Kerr's going to start slowly ticking back their minutes and slowly start ticking up James Wiseman's, Kuminga's, Moody, and Baldwin's, and Dante DiVincenzo's minutes, and even JaMychal Green, because JaMychal Green's been playing better than Draymond.
JaMychal was awesome. He was a huge addition for him, and I got flamed way too much from dorky Grizzly. I think Golden State right now is lower. Like, I agree with the first 4 teams. I think Golden State's lower than the next couple teams, personally. Let's move on. Yeah.
Cleveland. I think 6 a really good ranking for them. I think because there's Darius Garland being out is part of the reason why they wouldn't be higher. And I think everything's been great about them. It's just that they're not full strength. And I think right now I don't really have huge questions for them besides, like, the big question was now with Garland out, are they going to have enough guard depth? They have enough guard depth, and imagine when Garland's back, and then even after that, when Ricky Rubio's back, the sky's the limit. And the combination of Okuro's kind of starting to seem like the odd man out, but Cedi Osman and Karis LeVert and Dean Wade, great wings. And then you got Robin Lopez as the depth guy behind Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. They're doing great out there. I have no worries. You?
Raul Neto is money for him.
You knew I was a big Raul Neto. I saw him play for a few years with the Wizards, and you knew me. I kept telling you, you'd be like, Raul Neto's nothing when we do the preview.
No, I did not say that. I said he was a big signing. You
didn't say a big signing. You just said acted.
Clip it. Run the tape back. There is no way, shape, or form I ever said Raul Neto was a big.
You didn't act like he was that big.
No. There is no way I said that.
Okay, but you agree 6 is a good ranking for them?
I think 6 is great, and they're without DG the PG, man. What is the only thing they needed outside of just getting healthy last season? The answer is offense, and they got their offense with Donovan Mitchell. And now they are. They're those boys.
Yeah, they have a great line right here. Mitchell has been every bit as good as advertised to start things off for the Cavs, scoring 30 points or more in each of his first 3 games. So I think that's a great one. 7, the Clippers. I think this is another good spot for the Clippers. They right here. And so for a team that's dealing with injuries still in a way, like Kawhi He's not playing all the games. He missed both games against OKC. John Wall has looked great, in my opinion, in limited minutes. Some people might nitpick at his shot, but F that, okay? Yeah. Paul George has missed the game due to being sick, and Reggie Jackson's dealing with a growing issue. With all that, I think this team has navigated well. Ty Lue, I never bet against Ty Lue. And yeah, I'm not saying that any of these guys are MVP candidates. I just think all around there's just a solid squad. 7's a good ranking for them.
Shit, man. Maybe we should run back the tape. What does Thomas mean? What is the discrepancy? Is that on Clippers?
No, what we were talking about, Raul Neto, probably.
Yeah, so the Clippers they're good. I mean, they're great on paper. You're going to have to deal with Kawhi Leonard shouldn't be coming off of the bench. I don't know what Ty Lue's doing, but I'm going to trust Ty Lue here. I don't think that'll last long. You know, Paul is missing some games. Kawhi is missing some games. So it's all good. They haven't played basketball even together in the longest of times. They got, studs, just even like their 9th and 10th man on their team. Ty Lue is one of the fewest. He's one of the few and far between who actually makes in-game adjustments from quarter to quarter and especially half to half. So Ty Lue's your head coach, man. Don't worry about it. Just get to the playoffs healthy.
Yeah. So before we move on to the next one, I think Clippers 7's good ranking. You agree with that?
Sure.
And what I wanted to say was the fact that Ty Lue and there's not many it's weird. It's weird when you start following basketball closely how many coaches don't make in-game adjustments.
Yeah.
And if I was a general manager, I'm only hiring coaches that make in-game adjustments. That would be part of my interview. I'd be like, I would give them situations and I'd be like, how would you adjust in-game to this situation and like play logic games with them?
100%.
8, the Portland Trailblazers. This was pre-injury for Portland. And, this was okay. So right now, like Anthony Simons, Jeremy Grant, awesome. Jusuf Nurkic, offensively, scoring wise, he's had his moments, but it's been more just the rebounding and the defensive, presence of his has been great. This team, top to bottom, Shaedon Sharpe off the bench. Ooh, baby, he's probably going to get a little bit more run. Gary Payton II isn't even playing yet, okay? And this team's playing good basketball. And the Portland Trailblazers last night, I believe, they lost to Miami.
120, 102, yeah.
Yeah, and I was about to say, Damon, he's going to miss, I think, a week or two before they reevaluate him. I honestly, I said the other day on Tuesday that it's right now 3. If there was an MVP race to show, it's John Morant, Luka Doncic, and Damian Lillard are my 3 MVP candidates right now. Hopefully, Damian Lillard is back sooner rather than later. And while he's out, we'll see Anthony Simons, Jeremy Grant, Josh Hart, Jusuf Nurkic. Maybe I wouldn't be surprised if they start Justice Winslow in Damian Lillard's place. But 8's a good ranking, and it'll stay at 8 if they, or even go up if they can win a few games over the next week, which they'll be playing. Let me look at their schedule right now. They play tomorrow the Rockets, which they should win. Then they play the Grizzlies, which will be a tough one, and then back-to-back against the Suns. So, and then they play the Heat again. So if they can go in these next 5 games 3-2, maybe
if you can be 7-3 through 10 with the Damian Lillard injury, oh my goodness, I will take that.
That's what I'm saying. Or even go 6-3. Like by the time Dame comes back, I think that's something that they would need to do.
It's shitty, but I'd even take 6-4. I mean,
so
as long as they win like 2 more without Dame, but
they're
really good, man. It sucks though, Dame. It's not. I mean, yeah, he's a stud, dude. I mean, Jeremy Grant, Josh Hart, huge additions. As you said, Gary Payton's not even back. Winslow's getting healthy. Yeah, he could play point guard. I mean, they're just as far as I'm concerned, if they're a fully healthy basketball team, I guess no team's fully healthy. But if they're extremely healthy heading into the postseason, I mean, it's just hard to stop them. It's going to be hard to stop them.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think 8's a great ranking for them. Moving on to 9. Yes, Zion's still out, but oh my God, Jose Alvarado and Devontae Graham came alive. Jose Alvarado is a dog. Okay, but the real guy is the guy that Jackson loves, Trent Murphy. Trey Murphy III. I've heard them calling him Trigga Trey, which I'm not going to say. It's TM3, I think it's the right one.
I like TM3, yeah.
I like TM3. I'm not going to say it. Just, I mean, in a different world, yes, but like Rich Chiga people didn't like his name, so he had changed to Rich Brian. So we're just gonna
Oh,
go.
really?
Yeah, that's why he wanted to be taken serious. He didn't want to be a Lil Dicky type rapper. So he
Like-
changed. That's part of the reason. And plus, people thought it's a slur.
The Asian guy, right?
Yeah, the one with the
Yeah, he's
song.
cool.
Yeah, he like became, the song Bali.
Last night I
Yeah, that's another one.
all my patience.
Yeah, he's good, but you remember the song that he got famous for was like a joke song.
Oh, really? I love
Yeah.
Joji, so I know they used to
Joji
be
was
in
Filthy
88
Frank.
Rising.
I don't believe.
Yeah.
I don't call Joji. I still call him Filthy Frank. Yeah, he's still Filthy Frank to me. That's how I knew him. Dat Stick was the song that Rich Brian got famous for. But yeah, no. So when we look at the Pelicans right here, I think top to bottom, you got yourself Jonas Valanciunas, Jackson Hayes is back, Herb Jones, Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, Zion, TM3 off the bench, Jose Alvarado, Devontae Graham, Najee Marshall. Still got Garrett Temple and Willie Hernan Gomez down there. And Kyra Lewis Jr. is going to be there. I just think this is a team that definitely seems to be overlooked and are really showing that they are championship contenders if they continue to play like this for the rest of the season. I think 9's a good ranking, but I can see by next week.
Delayed. Obviously, they're ahead of Portland right now.
Yeah, I think so.
So, but yeah, fair. I mean, they're top 10. So,
yeah.
They took down, I don't know if this was adjusted. I think it was adjusted for the Suns win. I'm not quite sure, but the Mavericks win without 3 starters. You take down the Dallas Mavericks. That works for me. And they're also Willie. Oh yeah.
What?
Coach of the Year candidate? Sleeper?
Ooh, I think. Who do you have in front? Chauncey Billups, Taylor Jenkins, or Willie Green?
They're all good coaches. I'm just saying, he could be a sleeper. I'm not a betting man, but if I were a betting man at the start of the season, it could be a big payday.
No, I agree. It definitely is going to be interesting. I think 9's. Yeah.
What is it?
Let's move over to the Nuggets, and the Nuggets right here. They are what I believe 3-2 now.
3-2, yeah. Take down the show.
And the crazy part is they're doing this with their best players not necessarily being up to tier. Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. aren't looking like the Jamal Murray or Michael Porter Jr.
I'd even say Jokic against Portland looked horrible. All of them looked horrible against Portland.
It's been
Aaron Gordon and MPJ.
I was about to say it's really been Nikola Jokic and Aaron Gordon been their best 2 players, and then Bruce Brown's kind of been up there.
Dude, he's a freaking dog. They're playing him at the 5, dude. He is so multi-versatile. He is so goddamn good. That's a championship player.
Jeff Green's
what was
another
Brooklyn
great
thinking?
Player. Jeff Green. People forgot about Jeff Green. Also, number 2 overall pick, I believe. Jeff Green.
Oh no shit. Yeah, Jeff Green can. Yeah, he can.
5, number 5 overall. People forget Jeff Green went
out of where?
He went to Georgetown and he got drafted by technically the Sonics, but I think they became the Thunder in his rookie season. So
that's sick.
No, he played for this. Yeah, because he was drafted in the same class as Durant.
Okay.
And he was traded to Seattle because he was drafted by the Celtics.
They've just championship players on your team. It's awesome. They got a mesh. It's been a while.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I think, the fact that their top 3 players, arguably right now, have been Nikola Jokic, Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., and then Jeff Green. Michael Porter Jr. and Jeff Green have been Bruce Brown's in there too. And DeAndre Jordan actually looks like a basketball player when he comes on the court. And Christian Brown, as much as I hate him, he comes in and gives them solid defense. Contavious Caldwell-Pope, his shot isn't necessarily falling, but he also – Bones Highland, low-key –
they got to find his role, man.
Yeah,
they got to find his role.
It hasn't been too bad. So let's move on. At 11, Luka Doncic and Christian Wood are ranked 1st and 2nd, respectively, in player efficiency.
Wow! Shout out Steven Silas for handing the keys over to Luka Doncic, commanding the assistant position of the most efficient offense in NBA history. Now, I made a video in my stream yesterday. I've just ragged on this team, dude. I ragged on them. They're not winning a championship. You can't. I'm sorry. The Jalen Brunson loss was drastic. I've seen enough. Put Dinwiddie on the bench. Dinwiddie needs to get on the bench. It's the same thing as last season.
Play Jaden
Can't
Hardy
win with Luka Doncic. You need their offense stops completely. You play pickup basketball, and the comparison I was saying is, imagine I don't give you the ball for 4 straight possessions, and then you finally get the ball after on the 5th possession. You're running around on defense because you're playing the Golden State Warriors in the playoffs, so you're a little gassed, not as gassed as Luka. And I give you the ball in the corner 5 possessions in, and that's the first time you've touched the basketball all night. How are you going to feel? If you miss the shot, am I going to look at you and be like, you got to make that shot? Well, then give me the damn ball.
I get it.
It's the same thing with Harden. Like, it's just players need to be in grooves, man. And by the end of the game, when Luka's running all these ISOs and he's holding the ball for 24 straight seconds and he's chucking up these shots.
Are you saying Luka's the problem?
No, I'm just saying, like, Jalen Brunson was a huge loss, and thank God they got Christian Wood, because if they didn't get Wood, man, it's just a complicated situation. They're still a great team, but they're not going to win an NBA Finals. Sorry. That is my lock of the season. The Dallas Mavericks will not win the NBA Finals.
I mean, that's a good bet. Now at 12, the Atlanta Hawks. So I made a video where the Atlanta Hawks, I said they're a complete team. And what I mean by that, yes, there are problems. The team has played sloppy. And right now with Trae Young and DeJounte Murray, it's very promising what's going on. But if you watch it, it's like they take turns. It's not coherent. They literally, it's like my turn, now it's your turn. My turn, now it's your turn. And it's like kind of awkward, but they're figuring it out. I just think DeAndre Hunter, he's looked good in a good amount of flashes. He's still figuring it out, but he's playing better than he ever has. And John Collins has arguably been the most consistent player on this team. He is right now been the bedrock, the foundation. Clint Capella, he's been awesome at rebounding and playing great defense. Offensively, he's a little bit inept, while Onyeka Okongwu, he still needs to work on not fouling, and he's a good rebounder. And there's arguments on who's better, because right now Okongwu has the potential to be better offensively, and there's flashes of him being way better offensively than Capella. Yeah. Capella's game is just putbacks. That's basically it, putbacks and pick and roll and finishing pick and rolls. But right now, DeJounte Murray is playing like a defensive player of the year candidate. This is a team that has 2 guys in top 10 assists. The one thing is Trae Young's trying to shoot his way out of a funk, and he'll figure it out. But I think they're going to be a top team, and they're playing well. They have a good defense. They're just figuring out when you have, and the bench I think has looked phenomenal. The Holiday Bros are legit. Jalen Johnson has had great flashes. And I think they need to play AJ Griffin a little bit more, because from what we've seen, he's been decent. So I think they're a good team for a team that is still trying to work out their chemistry when you just threw a bunch of guys together. Because there's only really 5 guys, and Bogey's not playing.
Yeah, exactly.
There's only 5 or 6 guys that are who are playing that carried over from last year, and the rest of the roster are still trying to mesh. So they're good.
Yeah.
12 is a good rank. Anything you want to say?
They're probably more like 10 to me, but yeah. I mean, last night's win wasn't pretty, but they got it done.
Yeah.
Collins is nice right now.
I like this ranking right here. I think 13 is great. Lauri Markkanen's playing the most aggressive he's ever played. He's as you're a Chicago Bulls fan, you knew the biggest thing with Lauri Markkanen in his first 5 years in the NBA was he was a bit soft. Everyone was like, dude, you're 7 foot. Please be a bit more aggressive attacking the rim. And I really think Utah and him playing for the Finnish basketball team this offseason really instilled the confidence, because with the Finnish team, he was the number 1 option. So it really instilled his confidence that he is the guy who's averaging 20, almost a double-double, 20 and 10. And the other thing is that I think all of his assists have gone to Jordan Clarkson, and basically all Jordan Clarkson's assists have gone to Lauri Markkanen. Jordan Clarkson and Lauri Markkanen are a top 10 duo in the NBA right now. And they also said Jordan Clarkson's the least likely veteran to be traded. I
love it, man. Clarkson's a bucket. He's a walking bucket. If I'm Utah, I'm probably not even going to do anything. You have so much draft capital. You have the cap space now. I'm not doing anything, most likely. Maybe something small. I like the Bogdanovich trade, I guess, makes sense in retrospect, but I feel I like this team. Like Connolly, Clarkson as your backcourt, they're just nice right now.
Yeah, for a team that we consistently had as a bottom feeder,
we'll see though. Once teams start getting a better read on them, we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say they're a playoff team yet.
I think if they keep playing like this, they are.
Well, Yeah, if you keep playing like this, you're on pace for like 50 and 30.
The next 10 games are going to be tough, but it'll tough. So the New York Knicks right here, I think they're a bit lower. And the problem is Jalen Brunson is so bad at defense that it makes RJ Barrett and everybody else have to play so much harder and waste so much more energy on defense to make up for his, inept ability to play defense. And I've said they need to play more Quentin Grimes, RJ Barrett, Jalen Brunson lineups because a lot of the
right now.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is that's going to be, or even a Cam Reddish, because I think Cam Reddish has shown better. It's the problem is it's Evan Fournier, RJ Barrett, and Jalen Brunson there, and you have two negatives defensively there. And then you
was
have
Luka negative too? Because that was their back. That's the one contingency I have is they made it to the Western Conference Finals with Jalen Luka backcourt.
Remember, we searched this up. Luka had a positive defensive rating last year.
Yeah, it was just so crazy because I been just watching everything from the Warriors, Mavs. Just anybody on the court went right at Luka, and he was bad for him.
Yeah, well, that you have to think about that. That was almost 100 games into a season.
It's another reason
100 games into a season.
Dallas Mavericks. So,
but that comes down to one of the reasons why they let Jalen Brunson lock, because Reggie Bullock and Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith and company would have to make up for that, and then the playoffs they exposed Luka. But the thing is they're like a top 10 defensive team, the Dallas Mavericks, and they were able to make up. New York, like they're good. Like Mitchell Robinson's insane.
6 blocks last night. They were the 11th ranked defense last year.
Like the thing is from RJ, from the wing position, like RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish, Quentin Grimes, Julius Randle, Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, and I'm forgetting their backup center. Isaiah Hartenstein.
Huge move.
That's awesome. Like those players from Cam Reddish, RJ Barrett, Quentin Grimes, Julius Randle, Obi Toppin, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Mitchell Robinson. Those 7 guys have been solid for them. And then if we throw in Derrick Rose, the biggest question marks have came from Jalen Brunson defensively. Offensively, he hasn't been as good as he was.
He won him the game last night.
I know. He won him the game, but they were expecting a 25-point score. Has Jalen Brunson been the 25-point score? He hasn't been the score he was last year that he was with Luka. And then Evan Fournier.
Never went up. Yeah, I see the concerns. I don't think they're a championship team, but they're still also really young. I think people sleep on how young this team is.
Okay, this is why I think they're lower. Like right here, we'll move on to the Toronto Raptors. Pascal Siakam's a top 10 player in the NBA. He's a fucking superstar. I know we were all saying this is Scotty's team. No, this is Pascal's team, and then Scotty's Pascal's sidekick. And Pascal Siakam. Fred VanVleet's the third option with Gary Trent and like OG. It goes like this. The higher. Okay, so this is Pascal's team. Fred VanVleet's the vocal leader, but Scotty Barnes, OG Anunoby, Gary Trent, and Fred VanVleet all take turns being the second option. It seems like every other game, while Pascal is the guy. He sets everybody up. He's playing aggressive. He has that dog in him. And then you have OG, Beast 3 and D, two-way player, one of the best wings in the league. And I know his stats would be way better if he was on any other team, if he had a higher usage rate. Scotty Barnes setting everybody up, basically being phenomenal, being one of the most all-around players in the league. And then you have yourself that, Fred, I really think that, Freddie is the vocal leader and stuff like that, and he's the older guy in the room, like the elder statesman. But this will eventually be Scotty's team in the future. But I think right now it's Pascal. Pascal's a top 10 player.
Yeah, 11 assists, or was it 13 assists last night?
Yeah, 13, 11. I think. He's averaging, I think, a double-double, basically, in assists, okay? It's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, he's on a heater.
He's averaging 25, 9, and 8 with 1.5 steals and a little over half a block a game.
Yeah, man, they're super deep. Boucher's back. Still waiting.
Boucher's another guy. Dude, Boucher has changed this team coming back. He's been unreal.
It just adds a whole nother, just makes it, still no Malachi. I still have concerns about the backcourt, but bench backcourt. We'll see.
So let's move through the next 15. We're going to do like 30 seconds for each.
Yeah,
So, all right. Wizards, they've been really solid. I just think Bradley Beal, Kristaps Porzingis is looking like he's back in New York, the way he's just moving. Okay. Bradley Beal has actual teammates, so he doesn't have to carry the team on his back. and the team 1 through 9 is pretty solid. They got a good rotation. They got the glue guy and Denny Avdia, even though he probably doesn't want to be that, but he's a team player. You got Will Barton, Monte Morris. I think they've got a lot of guys. 16 is a good rank for them. Do you agree?
Double thumbs up.
Timberwolves, I actually think they're lower, and this this team needs work to do. I don't blame Chris Finch. I blame the roster construction, and it's weird. It's weird. Anthony Edwards is awesome, but I don't know, man. It's weird. They're not as good as I thought they would be out the gate. I thought they'd be dominating. You? What's your thought? Do you think 17 is good? I think 17 is good.
Down, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good spot for them, but like this team's a work in progress. Greg Popovich joked on Media Day that no one should be heading to Las Vegas to place bets on Spurs to win the NBA championship, but that hasn't stopped the San Antonio Spurs from being 3-1. Devin Vassell's legit. Keldon Johnson's continue to do what he does. Okay, Josh Richardson's legit that he's getting trade value going up. You got yourself Josh Primo sometimes showing stuff. Jeremy Sohan's awesome. Jakob Poeltl's awesome. I think 18's a good rank. They're better than the Sixers.
I'll give them 1 thumbs up.
Alrighty. The Sixers, okay, I don't know. Like they had it's again, they don't have a bench. They don't have a bench. They're 1-4. They don't have a bench. They fucking suck.
Joel had those like most quiet 31 game last night. Thank goodness they have Tyrese Maxey and James Harden.
Yeah, we really like Joel started to look like himself, but it's really been this is James Harden, Tyrese are the 2 best players on this team, and then you would even maybe put Tobias in front of Joel. Tobias is been underrated, but yeah, they're bad. Charlotte Hornets. Kelly Oubre took Miles Bridges' role, and he's been averaging almost 20 points. Gordon Hayward's averaging about 20 points. Okay, and LaMelo's not even playing. Terry Rozier's missed a couple games. James Bouknight looks like that DOWI might have snapped his head back on, and he's been trying and playing a lot better.
Yep.
I think 20 is a good rank for them.
Exceeding my expectations. Miami sucks.
Miami, I think they're 2-3 now, and 21's I just think the problem with this team is Kyle Lowry, and they don't have another point guard. Tell me I'm wrong. If they didn't have Kyle,
they have a lot of issues.
I don't know. I think Jimmy Butler is playing great. I mean, Bam out of
not taking over games like he needs to on the defensive end.
I would honestly, if I'm Miami,
on the bench,
I would start calling teams and being like, "Yo, what would a package of Bam Adebayo and Kyle Lowry get us?"
Whoa!
Like call up Utah, be like, "Give us Lowry and like Mike Conley."
Whoa! I mean.
Or call
I'm
up
not ready to give up on Bam, but I don't like their bench. Jay Crowder would help them a lot, but that Tucker loss
just saying
is big.
Or what if you call up and be like, hey, you guys can have Bam, give us DeAndre Ayton?
My take on them being a playing team looks pretty damn good right now.
Or send the Pacers Bam and get Miles Turner and Buddy Hield so you can free up cap space.
Free up cap space?
To go get another free agent.
Let me tell you about 3 players, and their names are Buddy Hield, Duncan Robinson, and Tyler Hero. His team's effed.
Oh, that would be fucked. I didn't even think about that. Okay, let's move on. All right, so Ben Simmons had his best game last night, and Steve Nash's eyes almost popped out of his head. Giannis Antetokounmpo got him so pissed. But Ben Simmons, people don't realize this guy hasn't played 2 years, and he's like overcame like multiple injuries. So I'm not going to bag Ben Simmons because he doesn't deserve it. It's just that the problem really is you can't there's too much clogging in the paint. They need to tell Ben he's supposed to be the power forward, and Claxton's been playing so good. So you either should tell Ben you're coming off the bench, or Claxton, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to come off the bench and start Ben Simmons at the center and have. You can't have Claxton, Ben Simmons, and Sharp on the floor at the same time. Only one of those guys can be on the floor at the same time, and that's got to be a rule. If they all have to play 16 minutes each, so they all evenly split up the 48 minutes of a basketball game, so be it. That's what's going to work. There's just offensively, it's too much clogging.
I think Steve Nash will get fired soon, and I think that Ben Simmons has helped move the ball around a little bit, but defensively they still got a lot of issues, and they still got ball movement issues. So I don't see him being a little bit better than maybe a little over 500. And Steve Nash gets the can somewhere at the start of 2023. Come on, Chicago. Are you kidding me?
I think Chicago's ranked higher. I think they're like 17 or 18. Yeah. I'm not going to say they're closer to 10. I think they're closer to 20, but I think the last 3 games have been promising.
Yeah.
I think that's the big thing. Vooch is looking like he's waking up. DeMar and Zach LaVine. Whew. And then you got yourself Ayo DeSumo, Caruso, and Kobe White, and Drummond. Drummond's averaging a double-double basically while playing 15 minutes a night. This guy's averaging like 13 rebounds a night in 15 minutes.
He's back, baby.
Could be back. 6. He might be the first 6 man of the year to win it by just being a rebounder.
Patrick Williams had double digits last night. I think they had like 7 or 8 guys in double digits last night.
Yeah, I've just kind of sold my stock in Patrick Williams. I used to be a big Pat Williams.
I'm ready to sell it. I'm holding it.
You're holding it.
I'm buying it a little. I'm like trying to like DCA it right now because like for long term outlook. But yeah, it's not looking great. For
now. I had a lot of stock in Pat Williams, and then just like after.
Be more aggressive. Stop standing there.
First off, let me make clear: we're not saying Pat Williams a bad player. We're saying that he's more of a glue guy than he is the 2-way. Like we thought he was going to be like another OG Anunoby like type player, like 2-way demigod.
I thought he was going to be the next Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, like something like that, or like Kawhi Leonard light, like a great 2-way player, like a Paul George, Kawhi Leonard light, like OG Anunoby caliber player. But I'm thinking he might be more of a taller Royce O'Neal, Jason Tate.
Yeah, it's like handing me it's like going to the checkout, giving me Patrick Williams, and I point over to Bruce Brown, and I'm like, Bruce Brown only has 1 extra calorie. Yeah, they like put it on the shelf and take Bruce Brown.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like that's literally it. Like, but like it's like the same line of players. Like they're not bad players. It's like Pat Williams. Like Denny Avdia, like I think Denny Avdia is being used as a glue guy, and he's the type of guy that he might, after his rookie deal expires, goes to a team like the Spurs or the Orlando Magic, or a team that just needs another piece that's trying to make the jump, and he ends up being like a 20-point scorer. Kind of how Terry Rozier was. You remember Terry Rozier on the Celtics? He wasn't really much of a scorer. Goes to the Hornets, becomes a 20-point per game scorer. I think Detroit right here, for how young they are playing great. Jalen Duren and Jaden Ivey.
Great.
Awesome. Cade Cunningham's an all-star. And Isaiah Stewart playing phenomenal. So is Cedi Bay.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing. I'll loop Orlando into this. They're just further away than I was initially anticipating.
Yeah, we thought they were a little bit better than we thought, especially with the Boyan adding. I also don't be surprised if he's been so good. Yeah. But don't be surprised by trade deadline. Killian Hayes is traded. I think
he looks horrible. I'm still a Killian Hayes stan account. That's why my Twitter exists, but I'm still DCAing it, but yeah.
I think Killian Hayes could be a guy who ends up in Utah or Houston. Whoa. Houston would be good for him. Backup Kevin Porter Jr.?
I guess, yeah. I guess we'll take a point guard. It's better than Daishen Nix. Fuck.
Now let's move over to the Lakers. First off, aren't the Lakers the number 1 defensive team in the league?
Are they really?
They're like a top defensive team in the league. Okay. And first off, they are the second worst, not second worst. I think they're the second worst 3-point shooting team since 2018, only being bested by the 2018 Hawks. And first off, defensively, they have something there. Let's agree. Defensively, there's something there. AD, Pat Bev, Austin Reeves, okay, LeBron. They even have, who else has been playing? Like Lonnie Walker. Okay, they've been playing good. Troy Brown Jr. They've been playing defense. It's just no one can shoot. I would honestly start calling up teams and just being like, at this point, let's just get as many shooters on here, and just being like, let's just say fuck defense and play shooting.
I'm glad we saw last night that Russell Westbrook isn't the problem. So.
They should just bench. Is this Swaggy?
Yeah. My Knicks video, I think, has like 30 views.
30 views? I thought you were about to say 30,000. Pacers, they're at a good spot. Benedict Mathurin and Tyrese Haliburton are the future. I mean, they have their future starting lineup. Benedict Mathurin, Tyrese Haliburton, Chris Duarte, Jalen Smith, and Isaiah Jackson. They have their whole whole starting lineup. And then they even have O'Shea Brissett, Terry Taylor, and Andrew Nemhard. I think 26
can score. Their defense sucks. It's time to get rid of Miles Turner. Sorry, Miles, but there's no use for him right now.
And also, it looks like the Houston Rockets have discovered that Jabari Smith isn't a wing player. He's actually a center. So hopefully Jabari Smith figures it out. What if Jabari Smith is actually a center?
Right. I accidentally went off on a big-time Rockets Twitter guy because he was like, I'm sorry, but KPJ isn't the problem. Steven Silas is. I'm like, look at the roster. Okay, people are like, we're in year 3. We still look like we're playing pickup basketball. Look at the roster. Look at your roster. Daishen Nix, what did I tell you all goddamn offseason? Daishen Nix shouldn't be on an NBA basketball team. And he's our starting back, or he's our bench backup, finishing these games. The Rockets suck right now. They suck. Kevin Porter Jr. is not a goddamn point guard. I've fully come around to it.
I actually think Kevin Porter Jr. hasn't been that bad. I actually think
he's been awesome. He's been awesome, but he's not my franchise point guard.
I think it makes it work because KPJ's right now averaging 21.5, 6.5 rebounds, 5.5 assists. He's actually playing defense. I like KPJ, Jalen Green because neither of them are pure point guards. But the thing is KPJ does enough facilitating and has become good enough of a ball handler that because Jalen Green's a secondary playmaker, between the two of them, they can average between 10 and 15 assists, even up to 20 assists a night. And Jalen Green's a bona fide star, going to be a superstar. He's probably going to follow that Anthony Edwards route into escalation. I don't know. I really like this team. I think more of the problem, I think they have their 3 guys in Jabari, Jalen, and Kevin Porter Jr. And even Jayshawn Tate's another guy that I like right there. And then Alperen Şengün, but the rest of the roster is the problem, and I think at this point, let's get rid of Steven Silas. I'm sorry.
No. Oh my god.
Well, my thing is, I'm the other way around. When I have a young team, I rather have a defensive coach than an offensive coach be my project.
That's fine.
Because I rather have a coach who's defensive minded because it's easier to teach people offense than it is defense.
That's fine. Kevin Porter Jr. has made so many improvements, and he's so good right now. But it's the last 4 minutes of every basketball game, unless he's on fire, it's just there's no offense. It's horrible. Eric Gordon doesn't help us at all. I'm sorry.
Why don't they trade Eric Gordon?
He will get traded. I think it's becoming clear.
So Sacramento, De'Aaron Fox has been awesome. Keegan Murray has been awesome. Davion Mitchell's had his moments. I have no problem with Mike Brown. I think the problem is what's going on with Sabonis.
I know.
And Harrison Barnes.
Fantasy team. Harrison Barnes is just, it might be
both. Yeah, both of those guys, I guess they stopped being good at basketball in one offseason. So I don't know what's going on there. Now to wrap it up, Oklahoma City, Shea's awesome.
Shea's awesome. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Giddey's awesome too.
Yeah. Giddey's awesome too. Yeah. And Trey Mann is too, and Aaron Wiggins as well. Paulo Banchero and also Bol took Mo Bamba's job, and Mo Bamba Bol is what we thought Mo Bamba was going to do this year.
I've been saying Mo Bamba offers me nothing for his whole damn career, and it sucks.
All right, that was our power rankings. That was a fucking doozy.
The Rockets are not a playing team. Sorry, and we shouldn't be a playing team.
Yeah. All right. So what do you want to do first? Talk about. We kind of touched on it with the Lakers and the Ben Simmons. I think we should
touch on everything.
Yeah, I think the last one we kind of want to touch on is this one, and this is a guy who's been playing phenomenal for a team.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You just did 50 minutes of power ranking, so how do I clip that?
Just clip it into a 50-minute video. And then
what?
No, okay, so honestly, clip the Utah Jazz, clip the Lakers. All right. So you want to what I would do legitimately, clip the 50-minute power ranking video, okay? And just throw that as a 50-minute video. And then besides that, just take, I think the most popular teams right now are the Utah Jazz, Cavaliers have been doing well.
Spurs, Knicks.
So basically, all the teams that were doing well, just clip those teams individually and throw them up there.
Yeah.
And
I hate fucking clips.
Dude, I put out a tweet. I've been
I
talking.
know. I'm trying so hard to find some kid.
Yeah,
Trying
we had
so
like
hard.
we had multiple like people respond. They were girls, and I was explaining it to them, and I don't think they understood what I was asking. I was like, I also like I told them, I was like, you got to take this hour show, and within it finishes, download it, edit it with. I need it done within 2 hours, and I need you to title it the topics, like title the videos with the topic that they're. And I didn't get responses from half of them.
Yeah,
and I was just like,
and the other half are bots.
Yeah. Okay, but Cedi Osman. I think Cedi Osman, he has been the best guy on the Cavaliers bench. I'm surprised they haven't started him. He's playing both ways, and it's been really fun. It's been really fun to see Cedi Osman. I think when Garland comes back, we might see a Garland, Mitchell, Cedi Osman, Mobley, Allen. Even though Dean Wade has been pretty good all around too. Thoughts?
You haven't. Well, I was looking for something today, and I want the words.
What words?
I wanted a formal apology to Cedi Osman.
I have never said anything about Cedi Osman bad. I said that he was inconsistent.
Yeah.
Okay. First off, he's the only guy besides Kevin Love still on this team from the LeBron James era. And I have said in the past that I hope Cedi Osman had a good season. Cedi Osman has shown flashes. Okay, he was the first pick in the second round in 2015, came over after being 2 years. I said that he was inconsistent at times. He would have good stretches, and then he would have bad stretches. And I said that if he figures it out, he's a good player. I have never slandered Cedi Osman. I'm sorry. If you think I said something about, that's what I'm sorry. I'm not sorry about anything I said about Cedi Osman. I'm sorry that you think I said something about Cedi Osman.
I love Cedi.
All right, Thomas.
No,
are you a fucking lawyer?
He was inconsistent last year. He's been inconsistent in his NBA career.
I was just stating facts. I call him how I see it.
Yeah.
But he's been playing both sides of the ball great. I think he's averaging like 16 points, 15 points a night, grabbing rebounds, being a secondary playmaker for them. Not only. Also, Aaron Barton, he's like, that deal was on the table. It's now fucking off. I want John. You a big John Collins fan?
I think Collins fits him a lot better.
Well, yeah, no, I think Cedi Osman has been great. Karis LeVert, he's had his moment, but Cedi Osman's good and consistent. He gives you the scoring on all three levels. He's a great slasher. He's a great finisher in transition. He's a good passer who can set up for his teammates. The other thing is he has so many hockey assists. He's always the guy who passes it to the guy who assists it to the score. Yeah. So I think it's been good. I mean, Cedi's been playing so good that Isaac Okoro, they're like, what was he, the 5th pick overall, 6th pick overall, is now being the odd man out. And Isaac Okoro has like the potential to be the next Iguodala, and he was the 5th pick. He's played all, And the crazy part is if you look at this for Isaac Okoro's career in his first 2 years, he averaged 32 minutes and 29. Now he's playing 17 and a half.
Yeah, he's been pushed out. I mean, he's got to play better.
Yeah, I mean, he's still playing good defense. It's just scoring. Kid can't score. He can't hit a shot.
He starts season slow, so I'm not too worried.
Yeah, I think it's definitely interesting. Now let's finish this episode with a daily. What time is it? Let me play the music. It's that time. It's that time right now. Okay. Yeah. You know what time it is. It's Purtle time. Yeah.
You ever listen to the StreamYard test earbuds?
No.
It's so funny, dude. You should listen to it.
All right, Purtle time. Okay. I think I have a guess.
That's Rui Hachimura.
That was my guess. Wow! He's younger than 24. His number's lower than 8. And he's in the Western Conference.
Yeah, I know who it is.
Who is it?
Well, I'm giving you a guess because I play the game the way it should be played.
All right, so tell me who to type in, you asshole.
No, it's your guess. We've switched from being able to just complete this as a team to just a showdown one-on-one classic Western duel.
All right. I want to look at this one more time. He's not a
Doesn't
forward.
he kind of look like Killian Hayes too?
I was about to say Kelly Hayes or Torrey Craig.
But he's not in the East.
Yeah, Torrey Craig.
Yeah.
But he's not a forward.
Guess. I would actually love for you to guess Torrey Craig right now.
I'm trying to think. Oh, fuck, baby.
Fuck. The answer. Oh, wait. He's under 24, dude.
Yeah, he's under 24. I'm thinking.
I have the answer. Oh, my God. It's 5 to 5.5. Cyro's winning. All right. My guess is Cam Johnson. Oh, he's 21. Is Cam Johnson 21? Is he still my guess?
Okay. I know it's not Cam Johnson. You fucking moron.
Oh, fuck. He's 26. When did that happen?
All right. I'm looking at this guy.
How is that? Tell me that's not Karl Anthony Towns.
Timberwolves. Who could this?
Oh, shit.
Is it Timberwolves? There's the Timberwolves, the Trailblazers, the Thunder.
Oh, I hope he's not on the Thunder.
Who else?
He's not on the Thunder.
He's not on the Thunder.
He's not in the Pacific, so he's not on the Suns.
It's Northwest. It's Northwest. So Trailblazers,
Utah?
Thunder, Utah.
I don't know. Golden State. No, he's cheating.
No, I got it.
He literally just cheated.
I didn't. I was close, dude. Taylor Horton Tucker is not it, but it's a guard in the Northwest. So Utah and the Thunder are out. So it's Trailblazers, Timberwolves. What's the fifth?
Is it Kevin Porter Jr.?
They're not Northwest. Northwest. What's the other Northwest team?
Sacramento?
Oh, wait, no, they're Pacific, right?
Oh, fuck, yeah. Fuck's in
Utah, Thunder,
Portland,
Minnesota, Denver.
Oh. I'm going to guess. Oh, it's not there.
Oh, my God. Can I guess one just to see? I'm just trying to figure out the team right now. And my guess is on the fucking Christ. I'm keeping my hands up, but I want to figure out if it's Portland or the I'm gonna go.
Could be a sleeper team. I think.
Okay, so now we've narrowed it down to either
on any of those teams. So he's on
Timberwolves or Portland.
Oh, he's on Timberwolves. Fuck. How is that not
Timberwolves?
Anthony Edwards.
You got it. That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that one.
My first ever lead.
Good one.
Those young kids get me.
That was a good match.
I never even thought of Minnesota until you said Minnesota. So don't call it a comeback.
No, yeah. So I think we did a good episode. We talked about everything we wanted.
Now let's talk about the real news.
What?
Call of Duty drops in 1 hour.
You buying that?
Oh yeah, I'm buying it in 1 hour and I'm streaming it all night.
Oh, what a nerd, bro!
I don't care.
Dog! What's your kill death ratio, bro?
Dude, my KD's never over 1. That's what's funny is I suck at COD.
You probably play zombies.
Twitch.tv/Jackson Ostro.
You probably play zombies all day.
Does it have zombies? It's Modern Warfare.
I don't know, bro. I haven't played Call of Duty since Black Ops 2, bro, or Black Ops 3, whatever it was. Because I'm not a fucking nerd. I play sports games like a real man. Yeah. I'm right now in 2028 with the Los Angeles Chargers, and my offense I'm instituting. I have only quarterbacks with over 88 speed, and I'm running a run first. I have 4 running backs over 80 overall. I'm running a 4 running back offense with I'm only gonna throw the ball 5 times a game, and I'm gonna run it the rest.
Okay, college guy, big college guy over here.
I only play video games at night.
Would you take the Iowa offense?
I know, dude. No, also, I have NCAA 14, and that's what we'll do. Like some years,
I'm so jealous.
Because when we play NCAA 14, we either take like wide receivers or athletes that have like 99 speed and make them our quarterbacks and just run a triple option all game and just have no passes, or we believe in you can't teach size, so we go and find quarterbacks who are like 6'8", 6'7", 6'9", and have like 90 throw power or like 90 plus throw power, and we just fucking break all the throwing records because he just fucking has a hose.
I love that game so much. Fuck.
It's just too slow.
We also need to figure out a time over one of your breaks where we fly somewhere and go to an NBA game. Why not?
You should just come to Baltimore and we just go to the Wizards.
Or are you going to Baltimore?
Yeah, I'll be in Baltimore for a few. It's like my last winter break that I'll actually be going home. Like I'll be a grown ass adult like next year. So like with a fucking career, and so I won't be able to be like, oh, go home for a month. So I told my family that I was gonna stay a bit longer than usual. So I'll probably stay like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So in DC,
I'm doing the same.
So DC is 40 minutes away from me with no traffic. So a Wizards game, and they're cheap. And Philly's only an hour away from me. And if you come, you can either crash at my mom's or dad's. So
I guess Jelstro too.
My mom's is like 10 minutes away from the Astros.
From Jelstro, nice.
Yeah. So we can meet up with your cousins at the bar and booze with them.
Fuck yeah.
That'd be a good time. That'd be a good time.
Oh, yeah.
For anyone not knowing, me and Jackson mutually knew each other basically without knowing. We're actually like one. If you guys heard of the Kevin Bacon
Eskimo friend,
we're like, yeah. So if you ever heard of the Kevin Bacon thing, where everyone's 6 bacon points away from knowing everyone in the world, me and Jackson knew each other. Basically, we were one person away from knowing each other. Before we had no idea existed until I DM'd him like 8 months ago. But the whole literally I was Snapchat friends and had hung out with his cousins multiple times ever before I spoke to this man.
I also watch your YouTube videos.
Huh?
I also watch your YouTube videos.
You had seen them before?
Before you. No, I'm saying I did. Like I knew who you were when you reached out to me.
Oh, that's cute. Thank you. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go get Panda Express.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Dude, I went to Panda a couple of days ago because it's next to this place I was at, and the line was like through the door. So
dude, Panda's line gets ridiculous sometimes.
Yeah, it's like 8:00 at night. I was shocked.
Oh yeah, people fucking. Well, I worked at a Chinese restaurant, and I don't eat at really Chinese places unless I know the place, because Chinese restaurants are some of the most disgusting restaurants you'll ever fucking step foot into. Like their kitchens. Like maybe if you worked at a nice Chinese restaurant, maybe yours is nice, but the one I worked at was a fucking shithole, and I've never ever looked at Chinese food, Asian food the same. But
I'm getting Chinese on Saturday.
I'm getting Panda after this. So goodbye. Have a great day, guys. Love y'all. Be a friend, tell a friend. Also, we're on Amazon app, live radio. So if you guys want to hear the shitty audio, do it.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you.